Hello guys, here I am for another video. As you can see, I am heading into space right now and I'm gonna miss you so much. If you want to find out more how this space trip is gonna look like, please continue watching this video. Bye bye. Hello guys, here I am for another video brought to you by Riadh, an English teacher. This is the second lesson entitled Space Tourism, devoted to baccalaureate students. Let's jump right into it. Welcome back. We're going to start the video with a quote stated by St. Augustine, which goes as follows: "The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page." This is a great way of making an analogy between traveling and reading a book. One page of a book will give you some information about the book. You will never know about what happens in the next chapter, much less at the end of the book. This is the fate of those who stay in one place and never visit other places. In addition, if you just visit nearby communities with the exact same culture, you're going to be reading the same page that you've previously been reading. However, the flip side of that is the person who travels afar and reads from the pages of each place that they visit. In this manner, they end up reading the whole book page by page. It is my belief that the quote is urging us to travel so we can learn more about each other. The more that you read, the more things you learn. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. So when we read the whole book, we will better understand the world. So again, this is a great way of making an analogy between traveling and reading a book. In this respect, some people hold the opinion that there is no limit to what they will learn from traveling. They will go as far as they can see. Space is the limit. The space tourism race is now getting more and more competitive as launches near. Over the past few years, space tourism has been gaining its popularity at an amazing rate. Many companies like Virgin Galactic, SpaceX, Blue Origin have been investing billions and billions of dollars in this industry to make it come true. However, the issue of whether or not space tourism is worth it is a controversial question. Some people would say yes, arguing that it would make life better on Earth. Others, however, say no, claiming that it would cost an arm and a leg. Which one to choose? Is it worth it or not? That's what we will be talking about in this video. So in this first part of the video, we will be talking about the pros or the advantages of space tourism, and in the next video, you can check out the video next week, we will be talking about the cons or the disadvantages of space tourism. Before diving into its advantages, let's watch this amazing animation of a Virgin Galactic flight from launch to landing to get an idea of how the whole thing is supposed to work. So what do you think? Stunning, isn't it? Sure it is. As you can see, this animation shows us what it will be like to take off, drop from White Knight 2, blast into space aboard Spaceship 2, feel what it is like in microgravity for 4 to 5 minutes, and then land again safely on the ground. It's going to be definitely an eye-opening experience and something not to be missed. Now that we've gotten an insight into it, we're gonna watch this short interview with Richard Branson, a well-off, affluent, well-to-do, rich businessman and the founder of Virgin Galactic Company, who has been investing in this industry for ages and who wants to win a foothold in the space industry. He has a say in that. Let's discover.
I'm joined by Virgin Galactic founder and CEO Sir Richard Branson. Sir Richard, once this program begins, obviously this is going to be one of the most expensive travel tickets you can buy. What kind of demand does Virgin see for this?
I think the demand is almost infinite. I mean, in the first year, we'll take up more people into space than have gone up in the history of space travel. So something like 550 people. And that's at a price of $200,000. We will then start managing to get the price down and down and down so that hopefully literally hundreds of thousands of people who would love to become astronauts, would love to go up into space and marvel at the Earth, will be able to do so. And that's the challenge we set ourselves.
Now, if I was to put my money down today, when would be the first chance I'd get to join this program?
Well, myself and my kids will go up next year. That'll be the first trip. And then we'll start taking people up to space. So I think there'll be about a 2-year delay because of other people who have already signed up. So something like 2 years from now.
What will your customers get for their money?
They'll get the ride of a lifetime. They'll go into the spaceship. It'll be attached to the mothership. It'll go up to 60,000 feet. They'll then be dropped away. They'll go 0 to 3,000 miles an hour in 8 seconds. They'll head into space. They'll unbuckle and they'll look out of these big windows, marvel at the Earth, become astronauts. And I think they'll have the biggest grin on their faces ever before they decide to start coming back into the Earth.
As we can see from this interview, Richard Branson answered a lot of our questions. According to him, the demand is infinite, which means that it is impossible to measure or calculate. More than 500 people have already signed up, and others will have to wait for 2 years to get this chance. What does this mean? This means that a great deal of people are looking forward to traveling into space and experiencing what it is like to be there. They can't wait to have this once-in-a-lifetime experience, and they are longing for it. According to him, the benefits are numerous. First, passengers will get a ride of a lifetime. This means that traveling into space is going to be the best, the most memorable, and the most unforgettable experience they will ever have in their entire lives. Number 2, passengers will have the biggest grin on their faces ever before coming back to Earth. And number 3, it will open a new avenue for adventure tourists and thrill seekers. How is that? The spaceship will go up to 60,000 feet at 3,000 miles an hour. Passengers will become astronauts. They will unbuckle. They will look through the big windows of the spaceship to enjoy the marvels of the Earth and experience several minutes of weightlessness. This is what the passengers will get in return for their money. Let's move on now to the practice section. If you were well off, would you travel into space? Express your opinion in the comment section below using these opinion expressions. But before that, let me focus on this sentence and explain its structure. If you were well off, would you travel into space? As we can see, we have here if plus simple past for the if clause and would plus base form for the main clause. This is the type 2 conditional. So again, if plus simple past, would plus base form. But the question here, when do we use it? We use it when we talk about an imaginary, hypothetical, or unreal situation in the present. So in this question I asked, if you were well off, would you travel into space? Why? Because we are not rich, we are not well off, and we are not well-to-do to travel into space. We cannot afford. So I just imagine I was rich now in the present, not in the past. So here I'm not talking about the past, I'm talking about a present situation. So it's an imaginary, hypothetical, or unreal situation in the present. Let me give you some examples to better understand this type of conditional. This man in this picture is depressed. Why? Because he doesn't have a job. So I'm talking about a present situation. So I can say if he weren't unemployed, he wouldn't be depressed. This is one example. Another example, if I were the president of Tunisia, I would reform the education system. As you can see, I am not a president. I am a teacher, and I am proud of that. So I imagine that I was a president. Note that we say if I were, if he were, if she were, because with verb to be, we use were for all subjects in the subjunctive mood, which is a hypothetical situation. It is a condition that is contrary to the fact. Is it clear? I hope so. So when you answer the question, you should start as follows. If I were well off, I would travel into space. Or if I were well off, I wouldn't travel into space. And then you express your opinion in the comment section below using these opinion expressions. That's all from me. We've come to the end of this video, and these are its key notes. Thank you so much for watching it. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and also to make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much. Love and peace. Riadh.